This is a very heart-touching story of a woman called Juliet and how her beautiful home was shattered by her very own best friend. I believe if you stay back and listen to this story, you will learn a lot. It all started on a beautiful Tuesday morning, just like any other day. The sun was shining, birds were singing. She was making breakfast for her family. Her husband was getting ready for work. Her children were getting ready for school. Everything felt normal, but that normalcy was about to be shattered, broken into a million pieces. She never thought that this day will ever happen in her sweet home. It all started with a text message. Her husband dropped his phone on the table. It buzzed with a message. She normally wouldn't look, but something drew her to it. The message was from her best friend, the one person she trusted most in the world. The words on the screen hit her like a physical blow. They were intimate, loving words, words that belonged in a love letter, not a casual text. And they were definitely no words that should be exchanged between her husband and her best friend. Immediately, the world stopped. The sound of her children getting ready for school faded into the background. The smell of the breakfast she was preparing turned sour in her stomach. The sun outside seemed too dim, as if mirroring the darkness that had just enveloped her heart. In that moment, she knew that her life was about to change either for good or bad. The phone buzzed again, pulling her from her thoughts. She almost did not want to look again, but a morbid curiosity forced her hand. It was another message, this time a picture message of her husband and her best friend together, smiling, arms wrapped around each other. The picture just confirmed what the words had already told her. Her world, her life, the life she had built, the love she thought she had. It was all a lie. The betrayal was a sharp, painful blow. It was her husband, the man who vowed to love and cherish her. It was also her best friend, the woman she shared secrets with, the one who she was supposed to be there for her always. How could they do this to her? The questions kept on dancing in her mind, a tornado of confusion and hurt. At first, she wanted to scream, to confront them both, to let the pain out. But as she looked at her children, her beautiful children, their innocent faces filled with joy, a new strength bloomed inside her. She wouldn't let this break her. She wouldn't let them see her crumble. She would be strong for them and for herself. She continued the morning routine as if nothing had happened. She made breakfast, packed lunches, and saw her children off to school. All the while, her heart was breaking. The image of the text and the photograph seared into her mind. The husband, oblivious to her discovery, went to work with a cheerful goodbye. She forced a smile. Her secret, her pain, locked tight within her. The house was empty now, the silence deafening. She allowed herself a moment to break down, to let the tear flow freely. But amidst the pain, a new resolve began to form. She told herself she would not be a victim. She would not let their betrayal define her. She would rise from this stronger and more determined than ever before. Days turned into weeks. She carried the secret of her husband's betrayal and her friend's deceit like a heavy weight on her shoulders. She continued to play the role of the dutiful wife and loving mother, but inside, a plan was forming. She would not be trapped in this life, in this web of lies. She deserved better. Her children deserves better. One evening, she decided to start executing her plans. She stood in front of her mirror and told herself, "Girl, you are strong. You are beautiful. And you deserve to be happy." She started small by squirreling away money, researching lawyers, looking for a new place to live. It was a slow and tedious process, but every step she took, every dollar she saved, brought her closer to her freedom. The day she finally left with her children, it felt like a weight had been lifted off her shoulders. She had packed her bags and her children's belongings, leaving behind the life she once knew. There were tears, of course, but there were tears of relief. She finally free from lies. Starting over wasn't easy. There were challenges, moments of doubts and financial struggles, but through it all, she remained strong. She found a job, a small apartment, and slowly began to rebuild her life. The betrayal was still a scar, a reminder of the pain she had endured, but it no longer defined her. She emerged from the darkness, stronger, more resilient, and more determined than ever. She has created a happy and fulfilling life for her and her children. She had taken control of her destiny, and in doing so, she has found true freedom. Thank you for listening to our story today. Please do subscribe and follow us so that you'll be getting notification whenever we post our story. Thank you.